Alrighty guys, welcome to my 2024 recap, and we will start off with January, and the first pretty cool train that I saw was this XCFX unit 3990, and it would be sadly the only one that I would see. Next, the same day, we have an extra NSZK4 with a Kansas City Southern, or technically CPKC, ace trailing, which was also pretty cool. Now we have an S21W with one of the few WFRX SD70 Max that I would see throughout my time. And it was pretty cool to see these because now they are currently in Mexico. The same day again, we have a CSX M410 with a Canadian Pacific AC44 8001 trailing, and it would be the first CP unit that I would see trailing on a CSX train. Yes, it's not the greatest shot, but here we have another WFRX Mac that was trailing on 18G. Now, I had previously left South Plainfield about 15 minutes prior, so I'm glad I saw it from a distance. Now, we're moving on to the corridor, and I happened to catch Amtrak 642 ACS 64, the Veterans Unit, leading. Now, I would see this multiple times throughout the 2024 season. So, now we have CSX W080, which was a ballast train, and this would be the second time that I have seen a ballast train in my time of railfanning, and I think it was pretty cool to see it. Now, the same day, luck strikes twice, and we happen to get an S28X with a Canadian National ES44AH trailing. Now, this was the first time I actually saw CN, so I think it was pretty cool to see. So, sorry for the blurry picture, but now we have NS4005 AC44C6M, the Black Main leading NS23G. Now, I would actually catch this a few more times. And yet again, we do catch ACS 64 642. Now, this was before I went to New Haven, Connecticut in February. And coming back from New Haven, Connecticut, I was greeted with the surprise of 8104, the Lehigh Valley Heritage Unit, trailing on a late NS18N. Now, this would be the first time I would see this unit. The same day, NS23G would have the surprise of NS3950, an ex-XBNSF, an ex-KCS unit, trailing, and another WFRX Mac 8912. Then we have NS8114, the original Norfolk Southern Heritage unit, leading NS28X. Now, this would be about the third time or fourth time that I had seen this unit, because I've seen it multiple times. Again, sorry for the blurry photo, but here we have NS23G with 4001 AC44C6M, the Sonic bonnet trailing. Now, I have seen this unit twice, but they have sadly trailed, so I've yet to see it lead. To kick off the end of February, we have a late NS24X with 9954, a -9 Thoroughbred, and a WFRX Mac, and a BNSF ET44 trailing, which made for a cool lash-up. So we kick off March with a screamer. Here we have 9750 ex-HHP8 on HHP8 NPCU test train. Now, all of them are currently being tested for NPCU control and will most likely become cab car units, or like them. On a rainy day in March, I managed to have off from school, and I also managed to catch the CSX office car special train CSX P001 with all three sister F40PHs in lead. Here we have round 2 with the Lehigh Valley Heritage Unit, and this is trailing on NS62V. I kind of figured it would lead, but sadly it trailed, and I've yet to see this unit lead. The same day, 21W has NS2667, a Revive NS SD70M-2, with a very nice K5 LLA. So, I think this was definitely the best catch, and one of the rarest because a lot of them aren't revived. Here we have round 2 with NS4005, AC44C6M, the Black Main trailing on 23G, and the next day on NS28X, which is pictured here. So 2 for 1, pretty much. On National Train Day, I managed to catch NS1072 SC70 ACE, the Illinois Terminal Heritage Unit, which was pretty cool because all the greenery of the leaves made it fit perfectly into the background. On the same day, CSX B705 managed to have 2 Uni-Pacific units trailing, one being an ET44 and one being an SD70AH, which was pretty cool because we don't get a lot of UP power on V trains. Now, yes, the camera acted up a bit here, but here we have CSX M218 with CSX 1973, the Chessie System Heritage Unit, leading. Now, I have seen this unit, but it was trailing, so I was glad that I was able to see it leading that day. Now, I'd say this day was pretty cool. NS K76 managed to have NS 9954, again with a Nathan P5 and 2 GP38-2s trailing, pictured here, including 5604, the Pennsylvania Railroad sticker one. On my first intended visit to Port Reading, I managed to catch CSX 1836, the Richmond, Fredericksburg, and Potomac Heritage Unit trailing on JR5. Now, I haven't been there in a bit, but I hope to go back there again. Now, honestly, this would be on the top 3 best catches of the year. Here we have NS23G with newly painted NS4822, moving the weight of the world, Heritage Unit. Now, it was fresh out of the paint shop, and I really wanted to catch it, so I think it definitely made it worth it with the BNSF-9 as well. On yet my second visit to Port Reading, I also managed to catch 1067 at SC70ACE, the Reading Line Heritage Unit, also trailing on JR5. Now, this was really cool because this was the first time that I managed to catch it. Now, yes, this screams Rodney Kantorski, but here we have an early morning NS24X with 1073 SC70ACE, the Penn Central, baby. Penn Central Heritage Unit leading. Now, this was really cool because it was the first time I saw it, and the earliest I've woken up for something like that. And here we have NS8098, the Conrail Heritage Unit, leading NS23G. Now, I had seen it lead the Conrail Santa train last year, and I definitely wanted to catch it again, so it definitely made it worth it. So now we're starting off in early August to mid-August. Here we have NS1800 SD70ACC, the Yellow Mane leading NS23G. Now, this was the first time that I saw it leading, and I had seen it trailing last year. Since my camera failed with the first time of me seeing 1800 lead, I decided to go back out again and catch it on NS22X. But even before we got that, here we have NS8102 ES44AC, the Pennsylvania Railroad Heritage Unit leading NS62V with fresh paint. And that was the first time that I had seen it, so I was glad I got that bonus, along with seeing 1800 later that morning. And yes, here is 1800, again, leading NS22X with its nicely tuned K5HL, which replaced its old squeaky Nathan P5A. Now, about a week and a half before I went to California, I managed to catch CSX 1877, the CNIE Heritage Unit. Now, this was fairly new at the time, so I was glad that I could see it in fresh paint, and the rain also made it much cleaner. Now, while in California, I managed to catch Amtrak 503, a -832 BWH that was sitting at the Santa Fe Depot in San Diego, California. Now, this would be one of the coolest catches, and that this unit would run further due to a shortage of SC44 chargers. Now, due to school, I was out of rail fanning for a month, but I decided to visit Baumburg again and managed to catch 8114 AS44AC, the original Norfolk Southern Heritage Unit, leading solo on NSK76. Being able to go back out more frequently to railfan, I decided to go out for NS23G with 1070, the Wabash Heritage Unit, trailing. And this would be the second time I have seen it trailing, and I have yet to seen it lead. Now, along with the CSX OCS, I managed to catch the Norfolk Southern OCS 956 with a solo ACC leader. Now, this was cool because this was the first time in 13 years that Norfolk Southern ran an OCS on the Lehigh line, so the new NS CEO could get a feel for the surrounding rail lines. Now we have a lengthy CSX M404 with 1853, the New York Central Heritage Unit trailing, and 4-8s going off to Selkirk, which was pretty cool because we don't know what's going to happen with them, if they're going to be rebuilt or not, or be put back in the deadline. Now we have a picture of NS 8103, the Norfolk and Western Heritage Unit leading NS 10K. Now this was really cool because I have not seen it in about 2.5 years. So it was very nice to see it again, and even though it was a night shot, I was pretty glad that I was able to see it lead twice. Now we have CSX Aisle 32 with 1869, the Chesapeake and Ohio Heritage Unit. Now I saw 1869 on an Aisle 32 when it first debuted back in 2023. Now with it being a bit dirty, it really didn't matter, but I was glad that I could see this unit again. Now this would definitely get into the top 3 coolest lash ups of 2024. Here we have a late CSX M403 with 1776 honoring our first responders unit leading, and an Amtrak F40PH in the Phase 3 paint with WEBX markings, which would be heading off to Pennsylvania on a different train. Now this would be the first time catching the NS 8100, the Nickel Plate Road Heritage Unit, leading NS 23G. Now, due to it being dark, it kind of sucked, but I would manage to see it the following month. Now I had a very unexpected catch of catching NS 8114 again on Thanksgiving, leading NS K76, which was pretty cool, but it was very damp. And yes, yet again, we catch NS 8100 leading NS 28X, which was also pretty cool to see now that it was daylight. So I think it really benefited a lot of people that they could see it now in daytime instead of nighttime. Now this would easily be the second best catch of the year. Here we have NS 8098 again, the Conrail Heritage Unit, leading the Conrail Santa train, Santa 01, along with 4208, the New Jersey Transit GP40PH-2B, newly painted and on its first run on the main line. So this was pretty cool to see. Now it was absolutely freezing. Now today, December 31st, I managed to catch NS 4004 for the last time in the 2024 season, leading NS 28X. Check out the video. It was a pretty cool, and I got a shave and a haircut as well. Now also today, CSX B705 came in clutch with a CN SC75I leader and CN 3023 ET44AH, EJ and E Heritage Unit, or the J trailing. Now this train was held up at TNAC for about 2.5 days, so I think it was definitely cool to finally see this thing come through right on New Year's Eve. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas and have the best new year. Bye-bye 2024 and welcome 2025. For the last time in the 2024 season, CS Trains is over and out. Peace!